What's up, everybody? I'm new to this, basically, or new to YouTube. I go by the name of MDArsenalTV, and I'm just basically getting onto this platform. I've got a gaming channel at the moment, but I'm trying to do new things, and obviously, I want to do some analysing over the whole course of the season for Arsenal. Hopefully, we can do something great. Last two seasons have been amazing, which has brought me a little bit of belief as an Arsenal fan, because you know what, I've seen pain and suffering. A majority of Arsenal fans have probably seen as well. You know, I watch all the major platforms and I just thought to myself, you know what, I've been watching their platforms for a long period of time. I want to try to build myself and build my own, and just bring my segment to the table. So anyway, obviously, new season kicked off yesterday. On all, we got the 3 points, which is great. There was like parts of the game that we dominated as well. I felt like until Saka's goal came, we lacked a little bit of fluidity. So with me at the moment, I can see what we need. We need to identify that left centre mid position, because you know what, it's actually like becoming unbearable to watch. We're basically one trick ponies, even though that one trick does work still, because Saka's obviously just an amazing player and very intelligent and got a high IQ and knows exactly what he wants to do, and obviously is well instructed and well drilled. We need to have some kind of fluidity and some kind of movement down the left, especially because if it's everybody's saying Martinelli's breakthrough season. I feel like Martinelli gets suffocated most times because he hasn't got that full back overlap, and he hasn't got that full back to invert and basically cut back. I do think he does need to improve his decision making, because Martinelli's a great player, but he shoots when he should pass and passes when he should shoot. There was a great incident to that yesterday where he got the ball, charged into the box, and he took a shot. And I know on commentary they said that he didn't have any options. He had options because Rice was back up. If he would have looked up and actually just like cut that back, that's an opportunity, or at least a decent clear-cut chance just to put us another goal past Wolves. Wolves played amazing yesterday as well. They didn't... I expect that. Beginning of the season, you're always going to get teams fired up and ready to go, and especially if you're playing against... I would like to call us one of the big boys, and you feel like you can actually get a point or cause an upset, you're definitely going to be on it. There's so many incidents though, like their centre back yesterday. I don't know how he did not get sent off. I watched the Newcastle game, and I think it was Cher or something that got a red card. That was a soft red, and this other person from Wolves, I can't remember, it begins with an M. He put his hands on Havertz's neck and went down to ground with his hands on Havertz's neck. Realised what he was doing and then pulled away. How VAR have sent, or just basically how the referee has sent the Newcastle centre back off and not even looked at that situation, is mad. And then he does something with, I know Jesus is obviously doing shithousery, but he does it with Jesus as well and gets away with it again. It's like, and I'm not saying that as an Arsenal supporter. If that happened to any other team, and I saw that, I watched all the games. I'm a football fan. Even though I'm an Arsenal fan, I'm a football fan. That, to not even be spoken about that much, for me, that was pretty disgusting. Anyway, cut a long story short, transfers. Now, this is annoying me. This is what we do all the time. Like, if you look at all the revenue that we've put in, and look at all the season ticket holders that go to the games, I try to get down from... I live in Nottingham now, but I try to go down to London and go to games time to time as well, especially if I can get a ticket. But the amount of money that they're raking in, and then you've got to think to yourself, they've got the deals with all of these other advertisement and companies using Arsenal as basically like revenue to promote what their brand is. That brings in money. Then you've got Champions League money. Then you've got transfer money, that players that we have got rid of off the books. wages from El Neni and Cedric off the books, and we sell Smith Rowe, to me, it's not good enough. Like, this Mikel Mourinho deal should have been done time ago. He should be already. He should have been playing yesterday. We need that left centre mid. Like, you can't get rid of Xhaka and not replace that. And Havertz, I don't care what anybody says, he's not a centre. He cannot play in that left centre mid position. It's not. He plays better up front, as you can clearly see yesterday when he had a goal and an assist from an attacking position, and not in the midfield position. He's not an enforcer. He won't, like. Don't get me wrong. He's got great work ethic and he puts himself about, and he will. And his closing down game for putting pressure on teams is decent, but he's not that guy to be playing midfield, picking balls up and spreading the play. And I feel like Saka gets that on the right hand side. He's got Ben White that overlaps. Odegaard, great passer, so he's going to spread and predict and like basically orchestrate the play in the middle of the park. Martinelli does not have that. Like, he needs that as well. He needs that person that's going to give him support, I believe. That's where you're going to get to see the best of Martinelli. You saw it when Tomiyasu played in the left back position. Like, he was getting the support he needed. Anyway, cut a long story short, we need to do some more transfers. We need I think we do need a striker. Like, here's why, and everybody's going to say, oh, okay, you know what, he doesn't really know what he's talking about, because we scored X amount of goals. That's great, and I love the fact that we can spread it through the team, makes us a little bit more unpredictable. Why I'm saying that we need a striker is because any situation that happens to Kai Havertz or Jesus, then Eddie Nketiah is not that guy. He wears that number 14 weighs heavy on his shoulders, and we haven't had a striker since Henry. And then Van Persie steps in, then he goes. Then Aubameyang did great, but then he goes. Lacazette was never that person to make that impact either. So we've been lacking that striker for years. So just remember, we've had Shamak. Don't get me wrong, Giroud did really well, but he just wasn't. We need a proper gunman. Adebayor, but then we've had Sonogo, and Shamak. We haven't addressed that striker position in a long while, and you need that person up front that says, you know what, I'm going to take the ball by the horns and give this. I get a chance and an opportunity, and I know I'm going to score. I'm confident enough with my ability. Not a person that has 2 or 3 or 4 chances and then buries one. That's like. I know it's a rare breed and there's not many strikers out there, but I like a few. I'll name the ones that I think that we should definitely go for. Obviously, you've got to go for not world class, but guys that I know. Ivan Toney, for me, I think we should put a little cheeky little thing into a clause saying, you know what, if you bet, mate, your contract's terminated, you're gone. Like, you're off the books, you're literally out the door. And that's the gamble why most clubs are not really took into consideration Ivan Toney. It's because of that situation. If he does gamble, then you're losing out on a player that basically can be banned for 10 months or even just have a lifetime ban away from football. So it is a crazy gamble, but if you can go and get him for like 30-40 million, I reckon that would be a decent signing. Gyökeres, I don't know too much about him, but he looks like he's hungry and he wants to score goals. That's the thing, and he scored at the weekend as well for Sporting. So, and I've been watching him over pre-season, and the guy's had goals and assists as well. So he's clearly not. He's still up to the high level of par standards where he left off from the last season. The last season, let's see if he can replicate that. But I just think he's worth taking a shout at. Osimhen. I like Osimhen as well. I think his numbers have dipped, and then you've got to think to yourself, maybe it's the ego of Osimhen that could cause that situation where we don't really want to go into the market because, one, he's going to be coming in on big wages. 2, basically, is he the guy to take us forward because his level of performance has dipped, especially in the league and in AFCON as well. So yeah, that's a roll of the dice, but maybe one that is worth taking, because we need a gunman. We need somebody up front that just wants to score goals or make. You know what? That you got to think to yourself, when a person comes to a new club, they want to stomp their authority and make a legacy for themselves at that club. Like I well and truly believe, as an Arsenal fan tomorrow, that Dominic Solanke, when he plays against Leicester, he will try to make an impact as much as he possibly can, because he wants to be that talisman man for that club. We need that talisman man for that club. Don't get me wrong, we've got profiles, so we've got a technically gifted person that's able to dribble, but never really in the positions that he needs to be, and he drops too deep and plays more in a false nine position, or basically always goes out and assists on the wing, or comes in from the wing play, and that's Jesus. Jesus is never in a position for a cutback, so you've got the wingers rolling in quick. Jesus is never in a position to get them tap-ins, because he plays too much in that midfield position, picks up the ball, spreads the play, goes to the wings, etc. But he's never that guy that is in the 6 or 8 yard box, basically around that area, that will pick them tap-ins and score. And he likes to do a little bit too much trickery sometimes for my good. Like, just please, just shoot. If you get that opportunity of space, if you look at Saka the way he does, he cuts in on the left. As soon as he's got that space, he will take a shot. That's what, and Jesus has the ability to be unlocked and do that, but he just does too much. So sometimes Kai, his reading of the game and his understanding, and obviously his tallness gives him an advantage, but it's just that he's a little bit. He needs that confidence booster a little bit more. That yesterday's goal and the assist will definitely pick him up. I feel like he will definitely have a decent season for Arsenal this season, but he does take a couple of opportunities to actually put one in the back of the net. But I don't mind him, and I feel like his best position is up front. So, and obviously the manager sees it and puts him over Jesus, so therefore he thinks that he's a better player. Well, maybe not a better player, but he has more belief that he's more of an impact player in the team that we've got in our starting 11. And having Jesus come off the bench is amazing. Eddie Nketiah, that's where the bar just drops. Now, before, I was like, when I used to listen to people speak about Eddie Nketiah, I was like, well, but I didn't realise and consider what actually people are saying, because it's age. He's 25 years old now, and having 19 goals in 7 seasons is just that just shows you he's not prolific enough. When he gets his opportunities and chances, and he's had a lot of opportunities and chances for Arsenal, and he's just not made his stamp of authority on his basically being that man for Arsenal, being that number 9 that we need. Or number 14, obviously, wearing that shirt. I think it's just too much for him. We need somebody to take. I personally think he needs to, for his own development as well, is leave. He needs to leave. Another person that I think that should leave as well is Reece Nelson. I think sending an Emil Smith Rowe before them two is crazy. But then you got to think to yourself, that's the only person out there that has value, that people actually want to see and see if that person develops. The other two, they're not taking any dice on them. So that shows me that I personally think they're going to stay. I think that Arsenal will get the Mikel Mourinho deal over the line, and then if something goes south, like we lose a couple of games, I think they'll panic buy and bring somebody in, some Mickey Mouse player, or go big, and just to try to please the fans. Because I swear to you, I know this from every Arsenal's perspective. I don't care if you back the team throughout the whole season, which I will support my team through thick and through thin, and the manager and everything. But if God forbid, if it goes south, and we start not picking up results or anything, the crowd will turn, because the expectation for the last 2 seasons of closing that gap between City and us is we need trophies now. I can hear it when I'm in the Emirates. The stadium and the level of expectation has rose on that bar, and now we're here. The next step is to get up here, and where we need to be actually completely challenging for that league, and not making stupid mistakes. We made loads of them yesterday as well, and we were lucky enough that basically Wolves were just off of it and we didn't get punished. You know what, I would say big up Raya as well. Raya made some really good saves yesterday. Like, he kept, especially that header. I'm not gonna lie, majority of the goalkeepers would let that's going in, and he shifted and distributed his weight from the left to the right. No, from the right to the left, and it was just like a strong hand to it. Then able to his ability to get up and close it down and make sure no danger. Chef's kiss. I'll big it up. I'll big him up. He had a few shaky moments just last year. Hopefully that's all in the past. To put that to bed. But as a whole, I'm bringing up my YouTube channel. This is the kind of videos I'll be doing. I'll probably be doing watch-alongs, match reactions, transfer news if I get through and find any information, juicy information as well. I'll be bringing it to my channel, and I just wanted to like welcome myself to YouTube because nobody's gonna welcome me. And then on top of that, just see where this goes really. But for me, if we go into the market, 3 positions that definitely need to be addressed is left centre mid. We need a backup for Saka, but also that can play left and right wing. That would be amazing. And then we need that gunman striker. We need it. I really do think we need it. And then the bar, for me, at the moment, I'm unhappy with this window. I feel like we're declining, we've regressed from what we've built on last season, especially because the transfers were like, and we were like, yes, that at the beginning of the summer window, I was out chilling, drinking beer, eating food, calm, relaxed, waiting for the new season, waiting for these new players to integrate with the team. I was like, yes. This season, it hasn't been like that. Like, this transfer window, I mean, like, it's just, I feel like it's getting so close, and I don't know what business has been obviously done in the background, but I feel like there's a little bit of tension in the air with the fans and obviously the club, and that's just because of this lack of transfer movement. Because other teams around us, and don't get me wrong, you can't chuck money at the wall and expect it just to stick and just expect it to glue. I understand that, but you need something to bridge that gap. You've got to think to yourself, we got close last time by 2 points. Now we need to close them 2 points off to make it a little bit tougher. And the games that we're gonna see, like when we're going against the Liverpools and the Man Cities, they need to be closer games. Like, they really do need to be closer games, especially at Man City. Now, don't get me wrong, many people don't go to their Etihad and grab points. So I was happy with what we did last season. But I want more. I'm greedy. I've had just think about, you know what? You wake up in the morning, you're hungry, you want food, but you got one dry piece of bread in there and it's got a bit of mold on it. And now your expectations, you want to come down, full English on the table, beans, black pudding, all that, all sausages. That's what your expectation is now. I want to come down to royalty. This is me being greedy as well, and I'm hungry. But anyway, cut a long story short, I think we can do things this season. I think we're finishing 2nd or 3rd if we don't add additions. We need that left centre mid. We need that right wing, left wing cover. And then we also need a striker. Anyway, I'm MD, Arsenal TV. Like and subscribe if you like the content. I'm going to be bringing a lot more information, a lot more videos. I'm actually going down to London on 26th. So I'll be bringing a lot of just like, more like GoPro and just walking around London and walking around North London, because that's where I'll be staying anyway, and just getting the feel for the game, especially because I'm going to the Arsenal game, the 3rd game, I believe. But I'll be around there anyway, so I'll be probably, if I can't get in to get a ticket, I'll be going to the Tolleton pub right next to the Arsenal ground anyway, so I want to show that real vibe, that grit, and that rawness of all the fans. That's what I want to be bringing as well. So, and I go from Nottingham to London quite a lot because I've got family down there. So, anyway, cut a long story short. Peace out. Have a blessed Sunday. like and subscribe, and join MD Arsenal TV. Peace, people.